Hi, sorry about that. Hi, everyone. So, the number 9 and 10 ranked bantamweights, Marlon CHITO Vera and David Martinez, lock horns in Mexico City. Marlon's not old per se, he's only 33, but he has a lot of miles on that body. He's 23, 11-1. Right now on a 3-fight losing streak. He's 1-4 in his last 5. Now, on the positive side, he's not getting starched in those fights, right? It's all decisions. His last dominating win came way back in 2022 when he knocked out my third favorite fighter of all time, Dominic Cruz. Black Spartan, on the other hand, is fighting at home. He is bright red hot right now. 13-1. He's never been finished. He has 6 first-round knockouts, 10 total. He's 2-0 after being on Dana White Contender Series, and he's only 27 years old. But before we get more into the fight prediction, guys, please like the video, share it, hit that subscribe button. I really need you to do that. It costs you absolutely nothing. Get your friends to subscribe also, please. And down below, you tell me what you think about this fight, okay? Alrighty. So, Chito's a little bit longer in size than David Martinez. His cardio is still fair. It's not as good as it once was, right? He has pretty fast leg kicks that he hides well. At this point, I think his spinning attack is just wasted movement, and it could get him in trouble, especially against high-volume strikers, which is what David Martinez is. This is the definition of a striker versus grappler fight. And actually, if you look at the numbers, when that's the matchup, grapplers tend to handle strikers a little bit better than you would assume that they do. I don't know if that's the case here, though, honestly. So far, we have yet to see any sustained ground game from David Martinez, but we have seen him adapt to a ground game, and his takedown defense is, dare I say, pretty darn phenomenal, being a pupil at ATT. And he is, when it does go to the ground, he has some nice ground and pound as well. I want to make a true prediction, right? If David Martinez is able to become the first person to ever knock out CHITO Vera, especially if he does it in some, spectacular fashion, I guarantee you, take it to the bank, the UFC will give a crazy push to David Martinez. Because now in the Paramount generation of the UFC, it's no longer about true talent, true worthiness. It is all about eyeballs. And if he can finish Vera in some wild knockout, he's going to get that big push. And dare I say, they move him from 10 into the top 5. I could see them setting up a fight with him and Song Yadong. And honestly, I think Song Yadong beats David Martinez, especially right now. But anyways, I digress. David Martinez is a really fast starter. His punches are really clean. He has a sweet jab. He throws lots of feints that so far we've seen fighters bite on. He then throws a deadly left hook to the body. He uses Muay Thai knees in close. His footwork is better side to side, so he's able to circle away from any pressure that comes forward, which we're going to need to see if Chito Vera is able to land those teep kicks to keep David Martinez at bay. One thing that definitely scares the bejesus out of me in this fight is Chito Vera is a notorious slow starter, and there's going to be a lot of early punches thrown at him. I'm worried. I am. But Vera is still durable. You got to give it to him, right? He's a true vet. He's seen everything. Nothing David Martinez that throws at him is going to be shocking to him, honestly. Both have decision wins over Rob Font. Not that Rob Font is like he's a top-notch fighter. I wouldn't call him like a threat to the title. But Martinez's victory was short notice. And even though it was a decision victory, he controlled him. He beat him up. One has to worry and one has to think, what happens with a fourth loss in a row to Chito Vera? Do I think the UFC cuts him? Nah, I don't see that happening. You know, we're not at the BJ Penn, Tony Ferguson level yet. Does he try 145? I mean, he went to 145 once when he fought Song Yadong. Okay, and Song beat him. But does he go back there? I think the guys at featherweight pretty much handle Chito Vera. And again, he has his ground game is still good, but Martinez has such a good takedown defense right now, right? I just don't know. And I don't want to call Chito Vera like a gatekeeper. But you have to wonder, is that what he now is? Which is a shame that he never was able to put the strap around his waist. I think he would have been a nice champion. The way I see this playing out is I think Vera's just going to make some reckless mistakes because of the pressure coming his way. I don't know, like some sort of a blind Superman punch that Martinez is able to sidestep and then counter. And even if Vera's able to land pretty solid, all right, Martinez has shown a pretty decent chin. That has to take into account this fight prediction as well. I see Martinez walking through the far majority of what Chito throws. Now, that's not saying Chito's not going to have his moments. I do. I think early on it's going to be a back and forth fight. I think if Vera can kick the legs, right, I think that slows Martinez down a little bit. If I'm Chito, though, I dig takedown after takedown attempt after takedown attempt after takedown. I chain wrestle him, right? Try a double leg to a trip to maybe a judo throw. I mix every possible takedown attempt possible. I mix them all in. But I think early round 2, Marlon's mistakes catch up very quickly with him. And I think David Martinez gets the job done. Maybe a minute into the second round. I think it's going to be a liver shot and then hammer fists. Liver shot puts him onto the mat, jumps on him, and just lands hammer fists. And then fight's called technical knockout. First time in Vera's career. Don't get me wrong. I think if Chito can take this kid into deep waters, I think he could easily submit him. I do. But I just don't see it happening. Would I be shocked? No. The fight prediction for this fight from me is, in fact, David Martinez, early round 2, TKO. Poor Chito. All right, guys. I have things to do before the next blizzard comes our way here in Brooklyn, New York. So please like the video, share it, hit that subscribe button, get your friends to subscribe. It costs nothing. All you got to do is hit the subscribe button and hit the icon bell so you know when videos get posted. And down below, tell me what you think about this fight. Tell me what you think about the 135 division. Just be interactive. I answer every question, every comment. So until the next video, Cyclone saying, peace out, homies. Bye.